Today we're going to learn about the PLEAF program at Clemson University. Agriculture is the largest industry in South Carolina. And Kirby Player, tell us why this is so important to have this program in place.
Thank you, Amanda, first for having us on Making It Grow. PLEAF stands for Palmetto Leadership for the Environment, Agriculture, and Forestry. It's a 2-year personal development and leadership growth program that takes current and emerging leaders in these vital life-sustaining industries that, as you said, are key economic drivers for our state. The program seeks to help these individuals become the best versions of themselves through networking with their classmates as well as other leaders in our state. We do various inventories and modules that help them develop personally and professionally so that they can be influencers in our state, as well as we do field trips to all key forestry and agricultural and other related industries in the state. And I'm pleased that I brought 2 participants in the current class to talk with you today.
Well, I'm excited to learn more about it. Ricky McCutchen, you're here. You work for Charles Ingram Lumber, and then Megan Floyd, you are a farm girl, I believe. This is fun to have y'all. Tell me a little bit about what you do in the lumber business.
Yes, ma'am. So I work as a procurement forester for Ingram Lumber Company, and Ingram is a family-owned sawmill in Florence County. We buy pine logs and produce dimensional lumber, timbers, and various other products that you would use to build your house.
Okay.
I also serve on the board of directors for the Forestry Association of South Carolina, and I'm a past chair of the South Carolina division of the Society of American Foresters.
Okay. And then, Megan, you and your husband, I believe, farm, and this is a long tradition in both y'all's families.
Yes, my husband is 10th generation farmer in Horry County, and we have Low Country Farms of South Carolina, and that's our farm, and we do row crop farms, direct to consumer pork. We grow, grind, and package all of our grits in-house, grits and cornmeal, to local restaurants.
Mercy, goodness. I bet y'all eat well.
Yes, ma'am. We certainly do.
Ricky, there were so many aspects to this program, but since you're going to now be a spokesman and kind of a representative, we hope, for this for agriculture, what were some of the things that were most meaningful to you?
One of my favorite field trips over the course was going down to McCormick and Allendale County. We took a trip to the Governor's School for Agriculture, John De La Howe School, where one of our peers in this cohort, Tim Cowan, is the principal down there, and learning a little bit about the history of how that school was established, the struggles that they had over the years and where they are now. It was really a great experience, and to see, we got to interact and meet some students and take a tour of the campus, so it was a really wonderful experience. And we also took a trip to Hickory Hill Dairy, where they produce and distribute chocolate milk and other types of milk, as well as Cullum's Lumber Company in Allendale County. So me working in the sawmill industry, we know folks at Cullum's, or I know folks at Cullum's, but it's not like I pick up and drive to Cullum's Lumber Company in Allendale just to see the mill. So getting to see them in person and their work environment, learn a little bit about how they do things was really a neat experience.
And since y'all have such diverse people in the program, they probably talked more about more different aspects of what they do than what you would have usually talked to them about.
That's
so
right.
I can see that really helped a lot.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And so did you feel like through leadership development that you'll be able to did you learn about speaking better or relating to people better?
A little bit of both. Being able to relate to people was something that opened my eyes. We went through an Amplos Growth Project, which is a leadership development program. And there was a lot of different aspects of it, but one thing that I enjoyed the most was learning about my personality traits, as well as being able to identify personality traits in other folks. And what that allowed me to do, or give me the opportunity to do, is maybe match folks up with certain objectives or tasks, where I can be more efficient and they can be efficient at those tasks. Because certain personalities, folks handle things different situations different. And knowing what somebody is good at allows me to put myself or them in a good position.
And also, I think if as a spokesman, you're talking to people in government or environmental issues about things, you'll be able to tailor what you say perhaps so that they can listen and won't take offense or get caught up in something unusual.
Yes, ma'am. And we actually took several trips, or a trip to the State House, got to meet with legislative representatives of our state and talk one-on-one or in small groups with them. So opportunities like that, is what I enjoyed the most with PLEAF, was the opportunities and the relationships, that we were able to build, like meeting senators and folks like Megan that outside of PLEAF I may have never met her before.
Yeah, and you may find something that, you can say, well, I think she knows a little bit about that. I may call her up and ask her.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Megan, you're involved in a whole different aspect of agriculture in South Carolina, but y'all had the same program that you both experienced. What were some of the things that were most meaningful for you?
Some of the things that I took away from this program, one of my favorite field trips was not only going to Delahow, but also we got to go to the Chick-fil-A headquarters.
No.
Yes, we
Come
did.
on.
And it was so wonderful to see how they have created this, I don't know if you would call it a dynasty or of sorts, but just this legacy that they have continued. And we also got to meet Mr. Cathy, who is head over Chick-fil-A, and learn some about all of his leadership roles and everything, how they developed the company, how the company is what it is, and how they would run that wonderful Chick-fil-A line that we all love so much.
Efficient. Yeah.
Yes.
And so do you think maybe the few little kernels are kind of floating around in your idea, and I said maybe I can do that with my family business?
Well, it's so interesting to see. A big thing for me is family legacy and the agricultural legacy. And I can take so much from what the Cathy family has done with Chick-fil-A and bring that back to my farm, because obviously they built something incredibly big and strong out of something very tiny and minute. So it's just so interesting to see how that works and how I can bring that back to our farm to continue the legacy of agriculture where we are.
So you may be the grits queen of the United States.
You never know. Maybe one day.
And you have already worked so much in the past with Farm Bureau and a lot of ag organizations, so you're accustomed to representing yourself and others and speaking in public. But did you think that you fine-tuned any of that through the leadership development?
Absolutely. So I did not realize how much in-depth personal growth we were going to do with this program. And I feel like through personal growth and development, we become better leaders. And so with that, I had to do a lot of reflection. And as you know, as farmers, and I know y'all probably know also, that we tend to not self-reflect because we're so busy. We've got so much stuff going on and we're in the weeds of everything, and we don't really take time to self-reflect. And so I loved when we went to Millpine and actually had the opportunity to sit still and quiet and go through personal growth and look at the different AMPLOS modules and look at intent and what we do with our time and how that produces us into better leaders when we're more efficient and able to do more things. And that was a big thing for me.
And y'all now have so many, you've diversified so much. Do you think that's going to help you when you go to talk to people who might be using some of your products? Do you think that will help you?
Oh, absolutely. As far as diversification in agriculture, it's something that we have found that we had to do to just survive in agriculture these days. But I'm so thankful that we've had the opportunity to do that. And I'm so thankful that I've had the opportunity to meet so many wonderful people and learn from them and learn about different programs and different things that are going on, not only with the forestry industry, because really and truthfully, I had no idea about how it works and how the lumber and the mill and how all of it gets from point A to point B.
Even though we grew up, everybody went to college on pine trees.
So, I mean, there you go. But it's just so interesting when you meet with the cohorts that we have that you're able to learn and develop and grow so much just from learning about what they do.
Gosh. Well, Kirby, I think that y'all have new classes that come available
Amanda.
Periodically. So tell us a little bit about when that is coming and how to apply and what some of the requirements are, please.
Amanda, we are directly connected with Clemson University, as you said, as well as we've got very meaningful cooperating partners around the state, such as the Department of Agriculture, Department of Natural Resources, Farm Bureau, Palmetto Leadership Council. So we are all working together to identify potential participants for PLEAF. We're currently seeking applicants for cohort 4. Those applications are due at the end of September, and so if you're interested, you can visit our website, contact me directly to find out what's required for the application. The class will actually begin January 2026, accepting applications through the end of September.
And also then, Kirby, I think that there are a certain number of days that you're going to be away, so you have to make a commitment.
Yes, you do, and that is one of the things we seek, but it is adult education, Amanda, so we understand you have a personal life and a professional life, and so we apply principles to ensure you can get full participation in the program. It requires, though it's 2 years, it's important to recognize it really only requires about 30 days out of your schedule over 2 years, so it is doable, and participants can tell you I'm very flexible and understanding in that process. So please, if you think you would like to grow as a leader in these industries in our state, please consider applying to the Palmetto LEAF program.
Kirby, this is so important for the future of our state, and thank you for expanding it and building it and making it such a very important program. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Amanda.
And for your being such an approachable person. I think that's part of the reason this program has been successful. And thank you both. I think both of y'all were leaders in your own right, but now I think y'all can be better spokesmen for the future of agriculture in our state. Thank you very much for coming and talking to us.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.